Spectacular, that's the word to use when describing Climate Pledge Arena. And for the second time ever, it will be occupied by the Seattle Kraken as they get set to take on the NHL's most storied franchise. With 23 Stanley Cups in the NHL, the Montreal Canadiens are here, and this game is presented by Indeed. JT, quickly, getting off to a good start. What's important?
It's important to get the pucks in deep right away. Get on the forecheck. You have a team that's coming from the eastern coast. They have a different time zone coming out west. It's important to jump on them early.
Hockey history here in Seattle. They honored the Seattle Metropolitans' first ever American team to win the Stanley Cup in 1917, and that legacy will live on. So now it's time for the national anthems of Canada and the United States from Climate Pledge Arena.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Car ton bras se porte l'épée, il se porte la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Electric atmosphere inside Climate Pledge Arena. Philip Grubauer back to work. At times spectacular against Vancouver here on Saturday night. 22 saves in a 4-2 loss. Carey Price is in the NHL's player assistance program, not with the Montreal Canadiens. So Jake Allen is carrying the mail, as he did last year as the #2 goaltender. He had 26 saves in a 6-1 win over Detroit at Bell Center on Saturday. First meeting, JT Brown, in 102 years between these two cities. The NHL's oldest franchise against the NHL's newest. And the first of two cross-conference rivals. Seattle 1-4-1, game number 7. Montreal 1 up and 5 down. This is their 7th game of the season. Brendan Gallagher looking for his first goal for the Canadiens. Yanni Gourde, a product of the province of Quebec, and Nick Suzuki on the opening faceoff from Climate Pledge Arena. Sit back and enjoy the first ever meeting between the Seattle Kraken and the Montreal Canadiens. Off the draw, Gallagher, pestered by Seattle's Jeremy Lauzon. Jaden Schwartz looking for his first goal of the season. Seattle seeking their first win here. Calle Jarnkrok, his second game out of the corner, made his season debut against Vancouver here on Saturday. Gallagher in control, and the Canadiens get it out to center. Adam Larsson, who set up Vince Dunn for the first ever Kraken goal here Saturday, makes it happen. A block in front by Montreal's Ben Sherratt. Larsson, a tip chance, goes wide off the stick of Jaden Schwartz. Calle Jarnkrok will trap the zone, and the Canadiens take over.
That's exactly how you want to start the period. 2 simple plays, just getting the pucks in deep and going to work.
Jeff Petrie, excellent offensive defenseman for Ben Sherratt. And this is the top tandem for Dominic Ducharme and the Canadiens. Alex Wenberg to the outside. Jordan Eberle, he'll cut across. He scores! Jordan Eberle with his first of the season, and the Kraken are off and running.
John, it was only a matter of time before Eberle was going to find the back of the net. They used a really good job coming through the neutral zone. Wenberg takes the puck right through the middle, passes off to Eberle, but Eberle makes the cut all the way across, shoots right after he passes. I believe that's Petrie, or no, Dvorak on the front end. As soon as he goes with that shot, you can't see it. It's a perfectly placed right above the shoulder and glove. It was, like I said, it was only a matter of time before Eberle was going to find the back of the net.
Boy, he's got to feel good, right? You know he's pressing. What a great feeling for Jordan Eberle, who's a goal scorer, a gifted playmaker, but has been stymied like so many of the Kraken. And Dave Haxtell, the head coach, has juggled all of his 4 lines tonight, looking for the right mix. So far, the magic potion is working. Through center ice, Eberle greeted there by Alexander Romanov. Eberle trips up a Canadian, Josh Anderson. A penalty will be called here, and Montreal gets the first power play.
Yeah, there's no question here on this call. Anderson's taking the puck up. Eberle goes down to try to dive and just trips him up. Again, that's a penalty. Now you got an opportunity to try to win the special teams battle on their first attempt to kill here.
So the Canadiens, we addressed it in the pregame. Their power play's been woeful. You see it there. The Kraken look to kill it off early. Eberle sits. His goal 62 seconds in has given Seattle the lead. The shot by Suzuki goes wide. Jeff Petrie for young Nick Suzuki. Drop pass for Petrie this way. Cole Caulfield's shot answered. Excellent pad save by Philip Grubauer. And the Kraken get it out.
Really good reactional save there from Grubauer on that one-timer. Coming across, he slides across perfectly and is able to kick it out.
Cole Caulfield, Hobey Baker winner last season. University of Wisconsin, top player in the NCAA. Outstanding in the playoffs. Montreal made it to the Cup final. Brandon Tanev, Yanni Gourde. He'll send it back, and the Kraken kill and kill time with a $1:20 left on the Canadiens' power play. Early stages, Climate Pledge Arena. John Forsland, JT Brown, along with a great crew here at Climate Pledge Arena. Jake Allen almost gave it away to Yanni Gourde. Here come the Canadiens out to center. You're looking at Tyler Toffoli. At the line, they stay onside. He'll kick it to the outside of Hayden Fleury, who's back in the lineup tonight, as Carson Soucy sits on defense for Seattle. One change up front. Ryan Donato in, Nathan Bastian out. Here's Jonathan Drouin. Off to a great start, and the pass eludes Sami Niku, and it comes all the way back in the Montreal zone. Emerald Queen Casino has the scoring summary. Alex Wenberg and Jamie Oleksiak help out on Eberle's first. Now Drouin rims it all the way around for Mike Hoffman, who's excellent on anybody's power play. Niku in control. It'll hand off now Reset by Mike Hoffman, hunted down by Lauzon. Niku with a shot, patted down by Grubauer. Good rebound control. It comes all the way around to the near wall. Jonathan Drouin sends it in an errant way. It went by Christian Dvorak and by Sami Niku and all the way down to Jake Allen. He'll swing it out to center. Picked off by Seattle's Jared McCann, who has 3 goals and 3 assists, off to a great start. Vince Dunn out to center for McCann. Penalty has concluded. Dunn resets it for the Kraken. Paired on defense with Seattle's captain, Mark Giordano, has it now through the center zone. He'll chip and charge off the stick of Mason Appleton. Ben Sherratt clears it along the boards. Arturi Lehkonen tries to get to it. He scored the clinching goal in round 3 in overtime for Montreal that ousted the Vegas Golden Knights. Giordano coming all the way back, hunted down on the forecheck by Lehkonen. Brett Kulak to an open corner. Cedric Paquette shouldered right off it by Brandon Tanev. Paquette gets it, swallowed up by Grubauer.
Seattle did a really good job pressuring on that penalty kill. You have a team that's struggling on the power play. It's that pressure. You look at that hit by Tanev, the puck just drops right back to Paquette, gets it to the net. Easy save for Grubauer on that one. Sure, he'll take 20 more of those if that's what they're going to take all night.
That's right. He did his best here Saturday night. It's too bad. Excellent move by Connor Garland of Vancouver on the winning goal. That puck deflects onto play. We get a stoppage. 15:46 left in the opening period. 1-0 Seattle.
It's a really good start. You had an opportunity. You get an early goal. The momentum could have swung right back into Montreal's favor with that power play, but Seattle did a really good job of pressuring and raking the puck during the penalty kill.
Matthew Perreault had the hat trick on Saturday night, loses the draw. Jaden Schwartz, Jordan Eberle on a crisscross. It's available for Wenberg. Montreal defends it well. Here's Tyler Toffoli. He'll go cross corner. Off the paddle of Grubauer. Jamie Oleksiak, the big rig in the skates of Wenberg, forked out to center by Hayden Fleury. Alexander Romanov will clear it back in the Seattle zone. Oleksiak has time. As we approach the 5-minute mark, the shots are even at 2. The score is not. Jordan Eberle has given the Kraken an early 1-0 lead. Oleksiak out to center. Seattle is changing as we see. And a reset by the Canadians. Josh Anderson clears it in. Oleksiak, as you see him up close, plays it along the wall. Drouin will trap the zone. Ryan Donato for the Kraken. Off a stick and out to center. Captured by the Canadians. Jonathan Drouin. Out in front, off the defensive stick of Adam Larson with Christian Dvorak right out in front. Knocked down by the Canadians, Jeff Petrie. Anderson reorganizes for Ben Sherratt as the Canadians go D to D and up. Drouin out to center. Montreal careful on that change. It's drawn back by Petrie. He'll lug it out to center. They start a breakout. It goes off Yanni Gourde in on Grubauer. A handle to the corner by Gallagher. Gourde is on it. Here come the Kraken out to center. Yanni Gourde, a lead pass off the stick of Yarncroke. A handle for Jake Allen. Petrie for Gallagher. It doesn't work. Knocked down. Controlled by Gourde. Pawed down by Suzuki. He'll take it to the outside. Gallagher trapped there along the boards by Jeremy Lauzon. And it comes out to the center zone. Brandon Tanev this way. Adam Larson through the middle in the skates of Yarncroke. And again, a little handoff by Allen. Niku is punished by Brandon Tanev. Tanev had 8 hits Saturday night against Vancouver to lead Seattle. Suzuki to the open corner. Yoel Armia hunted down by Yanni Gourde. Left there on a change for Lehkonen. He's given a rough ride by Larson. Lehkonen along the boards holding onto it. Punished by Larson. It goes off a couple of sticks. Donato out to center. This is Mason Appleton, looking for his first goal, and you can say that for a lot of Seattle's forwards. Both goals scored Saturday night by defensemen. Out of the corner, David Savard, the veteran, first season of Montreal. Won a cup with Tampa Bay, was a trading deadline acquisition last season, and it comes all the way back in. Vince Dunn, because Montreal is changing, has a boatload of time to send it through center. Here's McCann, crisscrossing along, defended well by Kulak. McCann out of the corner. He'll get to it. He's given a shove and taken down by Savard. A cut by Matthew Perreault. He'll take it to the outside. Good forechecking by McCann. Donskoy in front, off a stick. Off the defensive stick of Kulak, and now Dunn. Cross corner it goes. Appleton, he'll look around, load a high play for Fleury. His shot off a body, friendly fire. That was Appleton out in front. Cole Caulfield in control. A lead pass for Tyler Toffoli. Given a shove by Fleury, he'll dump it in. 12:35 left in period one. John and JT with you as always. Eberle, the goal scorer, through the neutral zone. Jonas Donskoy had it. He lost it. Jake Allen in control. He'll clear it. Held in by Eberle. Out of the corner, it's Wenberg. He'll dance. He'll cycle high. To the slot, Oleksiak flashing. Out in front. Off a stick. Went off Eberle. Montreal takes a breath. They survive that. Romanov choked off by Eberle beautifully. He'll take it back. Jordan Eberle on the flank for Schwartz. The Kraken are onside. Schwartz from the wall. Pestered by Romanov. They jam for it. And it's forked out to center by Montreal's Josh Anderson. Giordano coming all the way back on it. Good look at the 38-year-old captain. He'll start the breakout. This is Riley Sheahan, negated. Gallagher, now Suzuki cutting. Nick Suzuki with a shot turned out by Grubauer. Left in back of the goal. Left to the corner now. Getting to it. Kelly Arncroke, he'll sail it out through the center zone and all the way back. Niku on and off the stick and recaptured by Suzuki. Here comes Hoffman. Mike Hoffman busting in. A great pass. What a save! Grubauer, a dandy off Brendan Gallagher. Here come the Kraken the other way. Gord to the slot. Turnaround backhander kicked out by Allen. What a shot by Adam Larson. Now Yanni Gord in control. Picked off by Niku. And the Canadians are back out.
Really good look both ways on that time. Grubauer with a great save on one end. And you look right down. Allen makes another beauty.
Jeremy Lauzon out to center off the stick of Appleton. Here come the Kraken, 2-on-1. Tannen for the front. McCann, the trailer. Shot taken. Allen said no. It was Vince Dunn. Beautiful movement by the Kraken, and it comes all the way back. They look sharp, JT.
They're moving their legs. That's how they're getting these chances. They're playing fast because they're skating.
Armia, Yoel Armia, rolled around for Brett Kulak. Lehkonen kissed hard by Tanev. That allows Hayden Fleury a chance to accelerate out to center. Seattle changes. Kulak will settle it down. Montreal starting a road trip here tonight. They're in San Jose on Thursday. Minnesota is here on Thursday night. The Wild play in Vancouver in the Canucks home opener. Morgan Geekie on the fourth line to start. On the wing tonight for Dave Hackstall. Savard to the wall. There's Caulfield given a shove by Oleksiak, and it's drawn back by Giordano. Riley Sheahan. Mark Giordano hinges out, gains center, clears it all the way around. Geekie gives chase. Taken care of nicely by Cole Caulfield. David Savard gave it away to Donskoy. He connects with Wenberg, and the Kraken start over. You're looking at Vince Dunn. From the Canadiens line, deep it goes. Donskoy given a shove by Dvorak, a loose play. Eberle's on it. He'll look, dangle a bit to the point. Dunn this way. Fleury, his shot patted down by Jake Allen. Free to the boards now. Kulak muscled by Donskoy as we see it up close. It goes to the top of your screen, and Josh Anderson has it. Thwarted. Good play. Wenberg was all over him, and it's fished out by Savard. Just about 11 minutes gone. Eberle's shot hung on to by Jake Allen. Quality start with a capital Q for the Seattle Kraken, and that guy finally is on the score sheet, and there's more to come. Jordan Eberle has made it 1-0 Kraken, and the bench loves it. For the Dell Technologies in control moment of the game. What a stop here, JT, by Philip Grubauer.
He's able to get his right skate on the shot from Brendan Gallagher, who's looking for his first goal. I'm sure he'd want to get a little bit more, try to get it underneath the bar, but you see the athleticism from Grubauer to get over and make that one-timer save.
He was a finalist for the Vezina Trophy. And the last time Seattle played Montreal, Vezina was one of the goalies, George Vezina.
Learn something new every day with you.
Of course. I picked that game up on pay-per-view back then, as you know. I just have a couple of memories. Now, along the boards, it squirts out. Donskoy. A handoff for Wenberg all the way across. Fleury, here it comes. Caught by Jake Allen.
Seattle's just done a really good job, especially in the offensive zone, closing down the gaps. As soon as Montreal touches the puck, someone from Seattle is skating and getting into their way, forcing them to make these errors and make plays where Seattle can take the puck and get it to the net.
See the face-offs. Wenberg has won his share, but Seattle as a team, to be fair, they've really struggled in the face-off circle. They lose this one. Then Sherratt played along, chipped along by Hoffman, cut off by Seattle's Adam Larson. In a log jam with Nick Suzuki, Sherratt sends it back for Jeff Petrie. Suzuki was off a body. In play, went off Jeremy Lauzon. It comes all the way back. A reverse by Larson. Little trouble brewing. Grubauer the stop. They score on the follow-up. Getting to it in tight was Mike Hoffman. He paid a price, and the Canadians have tied it.
This one took a little bit of a weird bounce off the wall. I believe it goes off of Gallagher right in front. Hoffman is able to be in the right spot at the right time to collect a rebound. But again, it's just a little funny bounce behind. Grubauer does make the first save, but isn't able to get the second.
On the play, Seattle has been assessed a 4-minute penalty for high sticking. The play will now be reviewed.
So now they also called a penalty. They being the two referees, Graham Skilleter and a rookie, Mitch Dunning tonight. Right there, Jaden Schwartz. It's a 4-minute double minor to start because of injury, and they're going to take a look at it.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a look, and I don't see them changing this call throughout what we just saw on the replay. It looks like Seattle is going to obviously gave up the goal, but now they're going to be down for 4 minutes as well.
See the two referees, the guy on the right, Dunning, number 43, 35 games of experience before this season. A swing official that works up and down between the NHL and the American Hockey League. We'll take a look at the severity here. And they're going to take it down to a 2-minute minor, I believe. Let's see. Dave Hackstall gets the interpretation. Two minutes on the board, Schwartz in the box. So a good break for the Kraken.
I was just going to say it was a good time for me to be wrong. Usually they don't.
That's okay.
They don't change their opinion too much, especially if they had a reason to go 4 minutes right off the start. But unfortunate because Schwartz is just trying to make a play on the stick. He doesn't end up getting the stick, and that's where he gets Hoffman in the face on the play.
We have an interpretation from downstairs that says because a goal was scored on the play, they take it down from 4 to 2. So that's the clarity on that. Kraken obviously need to kill it off. So much momentum. And hockey is a game that swings back and forth. And the Canadians now with some juice on their side, and the goal by Mike Hoffman. Start the power play, their second of the game. Niku. Hoffman at the line, defended by Kelly Yarncroke. And it comes all the way back. Seattle is looking for their first ever shorthanded goal in history. Hoffman now through the center zone, sets up Jonathan Drouin. He'll take it in. He's double teamed. Niku at the point, moves it across. Canadians set it up. Hoffman out in front, a chip off Grubauer. Christian Dvorak in the dead slot. This is Niku at the point. Moved along for Drouin. Now Dvorak turned out again by Grubauer. Drouin's pass detected by Jonas Donskoy. He'll dump it out.
Yeah, Montreal really is looking for that center slot. On the right side, they were able to do a shot pass. And on the left side with Drouin, he was able to file it in for a one-timer.
Petrie now, right on the money. Cole Caulfield all the way across, just out of the reach of Suzuki. Riley Sheahan will get to it. You kill time. Brandon Tanev on the gallop. A shoulder on Petrie. Left in back of the goal and swinging out is Anderson with Caulfield. Kicked along by Nick Suzuki. Anderson hustles in, given a shove by Larson. They jam in back of the goal. Jeremy Lauzon attempting to dig it out. Kicked along by Montreal's Caulfield, and now Tanev has room. 28 seconds left in the Kraken kill. He'll dump it out. Final push for the Canadians. Jeff Petrie through center. Matthew Perreault all the way across. Yoel Armia Gord with a steal. Yanni Gord will clear it in. Schwartz is up and ready. He's out. The Kraken kill it off. 6:20 left, period one. Even terms on the ice, even terms on the double jumbotrons here at Climate Pledge Arena. Now it's cleared all the way around. Puck hit in front off a body. Broken up by Vince Dunn. Here come the Kraken out to center. Dunn at the line with Schwartz. They crisscross. It goes off a stick. And it deflects on a play. 6:01 left in the opening period. Sellout crowd enjoying this one. The Canadians and the Kraken are deadlocked at 1. It's presented by Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Beautiful look at downtown Seattle. The Indeed player resume tonight, JT Brown, is a guy who's like a Swiss Army knife. Kelly Yarncroke.
Yeah, he can do a lot for this team. Him coming back in the home opener was great for the team. To be able to see him play, show his offensive ability, and he has a good look ahead of him for the rest of this season with the Seattle roster.
Shot taken by Fleury. Tough break for him, not being able to play in Nashville. Had, of course, the first ever win for the Kraken. 8 seasons, 8 very good ones as a Predator. Now Hayden Fleury will get to it. Hoffman off a body off Wenberg. Played to the wall. Jordan Eberle back out to the center zone. Gallagher spun down by Donskoy. And Fleury moved along for Eberle and right back in the Kraken zone. 5:29 left in the first period. Tied at 1. Jordan Eberle early. Mike Hoffman just a couple of moments ago. Fleury with a shot kicked out with a purpose by Jake Allen. Christian Dvorak under duress. A steal, McCann off a stick off Romanov. Now Dunn moved across. Giordano, his shot whistles off the glass. Careens all the way out through center. And here comes Jonathan Drouin. He'll cut across on Giordano. Lay it back in the skates of Niku. His shot absorbed and blocked by Jake McCann, who gets it from Appleton with open ice. He'll stop, look around. Here comes Alexiak. They score! Brandon Tanev on the doorstep. Right place, right time. 2-1, Seattle.
Tanev scoring goals where he does, right in the blue paint. You look at this pass from Appleton off the boards. He doesn't have a direct play. He's able to read that play. Alexiak steps up. Drop pass here from McCann. But Tanev drives the net, stands out, puts his stick down right in front, and is able to put it right underneath the glove of Allen. A great play all the way in from the defensive zone into the offensive zone.
This is game number 7. Number 13 has his 4th goal of the season. And what a pass by Jamie Oleksiak. Kraken back in business with their second 1-goal lead. Jake Allen, where he can handle in the trapezoid, moves it, cut off by Jaden Schwartz. Deposited in back of the goal to the corner. Kulak to the wall, carried out by Arturi Lehkonen. In on Grubauer. He'll reject it. Paquette shouldered by Larson. Lehkonen goes hard at his man. That was Schwartz. And the Kraken have control. Skated out by Jeremy Lauzon. He'll drop it off for Gord. Now Yarncroke steered along by Jake Allen. Yanni Gord for the Kraken. Moved across Lauzon. His shot. Traffic in front. Schwartz rushing Allen. Lauzon in back of the goal. Kelly Yarncroke holding onto it. With a high play, Yanni Gord covering his shot. No problem. Pad save, Jake Allen. To the corner it goes. Gord gets to it. Goes off a stick. Accepted by Lehkonen. He'll play it all the way back. Vince Dunn moves back on it. Icing is called here. 3:47 left in period 1.
Get another look at Tanev here, the goal scorer for the second goal. But I still go back to that play from Appleton. It all starts in the D zone. He makes the smart decision to bank pass the puck up to McCann instead of trying to force one through. There wasn't a play. He just takes the simple route.
Off the draw, Fleury with a shot. Off Jeff Petrie out in front. Eberle out of the corner, holding onto it. Jordan Eberle as they cycle out. Donskoy taken down. Matthew Perreault all over him. Dunn Sweeps it across. And the Kraken reorganize with 3:25 left in the first period. Here at Climate Pledge Arena. Eberle drops it off, shouldered by Petrie. Here come the Habs out to center. Going wide, a little button hook here by Tyler Toffoli. Then Sherratt, muscled by Donskoy. Cole Caulfield out of the corner. Now Sherratt out in front, off a defensive stick, free to the wall. Reset. Petrie through the slot, unattainable for Cole Caulfield. He'll hammer it off a body. He'll get it back. His pass detected again by Wenberg, and the Kraken will survive all of that. Now Petrie through center ice. Montreal crosses onside, dumped in by Toffoli. This is Ryan Donato. Nice drop pass, finding Riley Sheahan. Moved along off Sherratt. Geekie through the blue and out. Donato gets to it. He shakes free of Gallagher, kissed hard by Petrie. Petrie tries to move it. Then Sherratt for Montreal in the corner, pestered by Morgan Geekie. Sheahan back to the point, wheeled around for Giordano. His shot off a body off Petrie and poked wide by Riley Sheahan. Out in front, Donato all over Matthew Perreault. Gallagher gets to it. 2:15 on the clock, a loose play. Giordano drops it off for Riley Sheahan off a stick. Off the goalpost, a bouncer. You can hang a horseshoe for Jake Allen on that one. Icing is called here against Montreal.
Really good shift there on the chances by Donato being in front of the net. He took a little bit of a beating trying to stand there, but that's what you have to do. That's why the shot from the point was able to get through, hit the post, because of the battle in front of the net.
You can follow the bouncing puck here. Wow. Yep. Right off the bar.
And Allen can't see that because of the battle that Donato has in front of the net.
Murray's shot, a stinger off Gallagher. He'll limp to the Montreal bench. Under 2 minutes left in this first period. John Forsland, JT Brown here in Seattle. Loose puck. Gord, Romanov, the young defenseman all over him. David Savard, the veteran, and a penalty is being called.
Yeah, they're going to get Druin on this one.
We're going to take a look at the goal. We're going to do some business. It will be a Kraken power play when we come back. Interference is the call. And Brandon Tanev right there with the goal. And Seattle has a 2-1 lead. The Space Needle inside Seattle Center. Inside Climate Pledge Arena, Jonathan Drouin in the box for Montreal. 2 for interference. And the Kraken go to work with their first power play. 3 for 17 on the young season. Muckleshoot Casino power play as always for Seattle. Giordano a miss hit, rejected out in front, broken stick, so it's soccer styled by the captain. We'll get a new one. Giordano to the bench. He'll stay out there in the power play with $1:25 left in period one. 2-1 Seattle. Eberle, who started the scoring tonight. Here's Giordano. A wrist shot through traffic, tipped high. Out in front, Jaden Schwartz. Here's McCann. Little backhand dish. Finding Giordano in the ring. Gord. He'll survey from there. Giordano up top. Around the clock, McCann. Off a stick, off the end wall. Played nicely by Schwartz. He'll reset it back. Yanni Gord one more time. Under a minute left in period one. Kraken looking to pad their lead. Giordano. One-timer Gord, stopped by Allen. Sherratt gets to it. And the Canadians kill time. 40 seconds left in the period. That much time on the power play. Done. Donskoy shifting. Geekie supporting him. Romanov for the Canadians along the boards. Yoel Armia is there too. It's tied up. It's in the paraphernalia of Morgan Geekie. In his hip pocket, JT, where I don't carry my wallet. Anyway, I never know where my wallet is. Kraken intermission presented by Jack in the Box is coming up next. That ever happened to you?
It has not happened to me. It's always funny, though, when it does happen to somebody.
Geekie wins the draw. 25 seconds left in the period. Morgan Geekie Moved in, Donskoy has Donato in front. To the outside it goes for Wenberg. Alex Wenberg, indirect pass, finding Dunn. Now Geekie. His shot shielded by Allen. Left him back of the goal for Donskoy. 9 seconds left in the period. Wenberg, good pressure by Armia. Here come the Canadians. 4 seconds left. Romanov over the line with a shot. Stopped by Grubauer. That'll do it in period 1. So Brandon Tannen has broken the tie in the first period with a catalytic goal, as only he can. The Seattle Kraken, looking for their first ever win in this barn, after 20 minutes have a 2-1 lead over the Montreal Canadiens.
Does it feel like a weight has been lifted off of your shoulders?
No, you know what? I've played in this league long enough. You get chances, and eventually it's going to go. So you just want to continue shooting. And, I think every goal scorer was pretty streaky. So you get chances, and that's the biggest thing.
It looked like it was perfectly placed. Nobody was going to have a shot at stopping that one. How'd you line it up?
Wendy did a good job kicking it out and driving through, just open up space for me, and was able to, get the space and finish it. So it's a big goal. Obviously, anytime you get one in the first shift, it's huge for the team.
Everybody talked about a simple approach tonight. How has that led to more opportunities and more shots on goal?
Yeah, we're trying to find our identity. I think the last 4 periods we played here at home have been pretty good. So obviously we didn't get the result last game, but you play that way most nights, you'll get a win. So we wanted to stick with it. We started with a good one. We need to finish with 2 more.
All right, hopefully the dam has broken for Jordan Eberle, his first goal of the season.
Of Brett Hull. Jordan Eberle started the scoring 62 seconds in. And JT, it comes early, and it's a real boost for the Kraken.
Yeah, it's an important goal early in the game. A good center lane drive by Wenberg, but the patience of Eberle to take it from the left side, come across, pick his head up, find the open lane, and put it right over the glove. One that not only the team needed, but Eberle needed to keep things going, or get things going early on in this season.
The sports book at Snoqualmie Casino face-off, the opening draw of the second period between Cedric Paquette of Montreal, Alex Wenberg of Seattle. Inside the walls of this beautiful facility. Game number 2 here, and they're ready. Kraken looking for their second win ever and their first here against the oldest franchise in the NHL, the storied Montreal Canadiens. First of 2 meetings this season. The Kraken will make their only appearance in Montreal on March 12th. Vince Dunn will send it all the way back in. Start this second period of the long change. Uneven terms on the ice. Wenberg, side of the net, out in front. Eberle shut down. Great pass by McCann. Quality finish by Eberle, but a better save by Jake Allen. That's in the skates of Seattle's Jaden Schwartz. It comes all the way back down. Nice look at Jeff Petrie. Right on the money for Josh Anderson, going wide of Jeremy Lauzon. No quarter given. Dvorak in front, and Grubauer. Excellent save early off the stick of Josh Anderson.
He stayed square right for that one. A little bit of a turnover. You find Josh Anderson right in the low slot. He's able to get a good shot off, but Grubauer again doing Grubauer things, looking good early.
And some of the standees taking in the action. This building has tremendous amenities throughout. Off the face-off, kicked back by Seattle's Jeremy Lauzon. Larson, a stretch pass cut off by Anderson. He'll send it back for the veteran David Savard, who goes D to D. Second-year man Alexander Romanov through center, just inside the stripe. Lauzon. Montreal will get to it, and it's sent back by Christian Dvorak. Back out through center ice. A cross corner dump in by the Canadians. Lauzon, the former Boston Bruin. Schwartz, accepted by David Savard. They'll lay it along, intended for Dvorak, and now Larson. Schwartz shouldered and separated from the puck by Romanov, forcing an icing against Seattle and a face-off in their zone.
They're seeing a little bit different Montreal team so far. It's only been a minute and a half in, but you can see Montreal starting to get their legs. It's a team that's coming on their first game of a West Coast trip. Sometimes it takes them a while to get going.
See faceoffs 10/6 for Seattle. And the team that's guilty of icing, again for our new fans, cannot change the tired bodies, but the other team can, and they do. Suzuki. Brett Kulak off a stick, blocked in front off his own man Gallagher, who is slow to get up. Brendan Gallagher, for the second time tonight, will hobble off to the Montreal bench. Lauzon through center. Montreal is positioned well. It's taken back. Sami Niku, indirect pass by Cole Caulfield. It'll travel the length of the ice, this time icing against Montreal.
Like you said, a little bit of friendly fire here. Gallagher standing right in front. That did not feel good.
No.
Almost had a good look at the second wipe going down, but wasn't able to finish that.
He's a heart and soul player, Brendan Gallagher. Looking for his first scoring point of the season. Caulfield touches up offside. 17:52 left here in the second period. Hey, Kraken fans, One Roof Foundation's online anchor auction is live right now. Grow the game fund to help kids across the region get introduced to hockey. Bid on incredible items at onerooffoundation.org/auction or text anchor auction to 76278 to participate. Always happier when we get that one out of the way. Out of the corner now. The Kraken start a breakout. Vince Dunn off the boards, cut off by Caulfield. It rolls around the high slot. Jared McCann will get to it. Back out to center with a trailer, and Mason Appleton, who'll go deep with it. Allen to the corner, Kulak. Appleton along the boards. Goes low to high, it's Vince Dunn. Shot taken, rejected. And here's a breakout possibly for Montreal. Cole Caulfield, Perreault for the front, he'll drag it. Caulfield circles the track, a backhander, nobody home. Hammered by Sherratt, kicked out by Grubauer. And the Kraken get to it in the person of Brandon Tanev. He has the tie-breaking goal so far tonight. He'll dump it in. Canadians now circle back. Giordano for Seattle. To the slot, Riley Sheahan. Off a stick, it went off Dvorak. Now Morgan Geekie for Seattle. Can't make it happen. Anderson sends it back for Sherratt. He'll send it out of the corner. Giordano off Christian Dvorak, the former Arizona Coyote. Oleksiak hard off the wall. He goes off in a change. He'll dump it in. Allen all the way around. Anderson to give back. Stolen by Geekie. Morgan Geekie. Giordano off the pad of Jake Allen with a quick hitter. Drouin, Dvorak off the skate of Riley Sheahan and all the way down to Philip Grubauer. On a change, here come the Kraken. Geekie out in front, defended well by Savard. Back out to center, chopped at by Oleksiak. Swung in but not deep by Donato. Savard through center, good pass for Suzuki. He'll drag it, his shot swallowed up by Grubauer.
Suzuki's looking to try to get his offense going here. So far this season hasn't been able to have it. Lines up for the shot, tries to sneak one. It looks to be the 5-hole there, but Grubauer closes the legs, keeps it tight, and isn't able to let that one slide through.
Nick Suzuki played so well in the Stanley Cup playoffs, as a brand new contract extension. It's a heavy one, lots of money, and you know he's still a young player. Feeling some pressure here in the early season. Gallagher, no worse for wear, dumps it in. A reverse by Jeremy Lauzon. Adam Larson for Jordan Eberle. Back out to neutral ice. Kraken on the attack. Eberle goes wide. He'll circle the track. Up top, Lauzon stopped. No rebound given up by Allen.
Good patience there by Eberle entering into the zone. He's waiting, he's looking. Lauzon gets himself into a position where Eberle can find him with the puck and is able to deliver the one-timer. Allen's already stuck on that post and is able to squeeze in the arm and make the save. But it's, again, good patience and good vision from Eberle to be able to just keep circling the zone until you can find somebody.
Yanni Gord, Jaden Schwartz, and Kelly Yarncroke come out for Dave Haxtell. Face-off possession goes to Montreal, as we see. Arturi Lehkonen Crossing the line, ran into the linesman and now done out of the corner. Gord off a stick, not out. Romanov caught by Grubauer. He'll slow it down.
I know Romanov can shoot, but that one's probably not going to be able to go in much from the blue line. All the way out there, no traffic in front. Just a quick little wrist shot. Grubauer will handle those all day.
So a break for the young Russian. Early stages of this second period. John and JT with you. Second of 4 straight at home. Minnesota here Thursday. The Rangers on Halloween. Face off. Shot taken off a body by Yoel Armia. It goes in the screen. That'll stop play. Shots are 14 for Seattle and 13 taken by the Canadiens.
Yeah, that last one's a setup play. You have a left-handed centerman in Paquette trying to win the draw back over to Armia, who is on his off wing, so he's able to catch that puck and shoot it right away.
Battle of fourth lines here. Paquette in the place of Jake Evans tonight for the Canadiens on this fourth line, flanked by Lehkonen and Armia. Ryan Donato lays the body on Jeff Petrie. This is Morgan Geekie. Petrie out of the corner. Ben Sherratt. Montreal's top defensive tandem supporting the fourth line. Now Lehkonen broken up. Tight turn. Hayden Fleury. Donato moved along for Dunn. He gets it back. Here's Ryan Donato. The Boston native clears it in. Off Geekie. Nobody home in front. Swung out of the zone by Cedric Paquette, who started last season with Ottawa and finished in Carolina. It goes deep. Out of the corner. And he is one of many that is an esteemed former teammate of JT Brown. Now Tannen will move it back. So I think he has the goods on you.
That means
Correct?
I got him on him too.
That's true. And you remind everybody of that. Now it's knocked down. Fed all the way back. Oleksiak forechecked by Perreault. Free to the wall. Played along to the point. Niku. Perreault keeps the zone. Sami Niku to the slot to Voley. Now dancing with it Caulfield. Here's Perreault. Turned out again by Grubauer. A steal by Cole Caulfield. Good sequence for the Canadiens. To Foley. Niku hammers one. Blocked in front. It goes high. And it's pawed down. Shot ahead but not out by Tannen. It's available. Kulak goes deep. Jamie Oleksiak lays it along the boards. McCann can't get out. Appleton resets it. The Kraken look it over. Tanev off his stick. On the off wing, Caulfield. Deflected pass interrupted by Oleksiak. Appleton shadowed by Savard, and it's cleared in. Brett Kulak through center. The Kraken are positioned well. Dvorak had it, lost it. Seattle transitions out. Here's Gord. He'll delay. Right out in front. What a goal! Yanni Gord with his first as a Kraken. Seattle with a 2-goal lead.
And what a goal there by Yanni Gord. There's a turnover in the neutral zone. He puts it up, but what you want to look at Yanni pick his head up, look to see Järnkrok going to the net. As soon as he does that, he knows he has the move to the backhand. Allen's overcommitted. He's able to take that in. He shows patience, looks up, finds that he has a guy going to the back door. It's a great move by Yanni to pull it to the backhand on an outreached Allen.
He made his Kraken debut against New Jersey, the final game of the 5-game road trip to open up the season. He played over 22 minutes here against Vancouver on Saturday night. And Yanni Gord put Seattle up by a pair. A turn by Anderson out in front off his own man, Christian Dvorak. Adam Larsson has time to break it out. Elevated pass cut off by Romanov. He'll clear it in. It goes cross corner. Dvorak for Anderson. Good stick by Larsson getting back, and now Jordan Eberle leads it along for Donskoy. Here's Wenberg going wide. Alex Wenberg throws on the brakes. Looks around, floats it deep. Donskoy, shovel chances shut down by Jake Allen. Romanov all over Donskoy. Eberle in control. Low to high. To the point, it's Fleury. A handoff for Wenberg. He'll dart on Drouin. Take it deep. Jonas Donskoy locates it, moves it along. There's Suzuki for the Canadians. It's a jailbreak. Nick Suzuki at the Seattle line. Good defense. Good back check by Eberle. Wenberg for Dunn. To the slot, Schwartz. He'll dangle. He's taken down by Sherratt. The Canadians have control. Held in by Fleury. Delayed offside. Seattle will tag up. 11:45 left in the second period. 3-1. Kraken through center. Canadians now on the prowl. Heavy hit. Schwartz, a big one that time on Hoffman. Here's Gord. Now Schwartz, he gets back up to the slot. Dunn's in, fanning out another chance, goes wide. Järnkrok had the opportunity and maybe Allen got a piece. Now Vince Dunn turns away from Mike Hoffman. In the skates of Gord, Gallagher has the puck. He'll sail it out. Little chip and charge in on Grubauer. Montreal and Seattle, long changes. Here comes Gord. Now Tanev in front. He scores! That'll bring the house down. Brandon Tanev with his second. 4-1. Seattle.
Nice little breakaway goal there by Tanev. He's able to make a great play right off from the defensive zone. It goes right up, pushes to Yanni Gord. Yanni Gord feathers a pass into a breaking Tanev. Tanev goes to the net hard through the middle drive. Tanev, as soon as he gets the puck, goes to his forehand and shoots right away. Doesn't give Allen time to get set.
Goaltending change might happen. We'll see. Jake Allen to the bench. Brandon Tanev 2 tonight, 5 on the season. Sam Montembeault is the backup goaltender. Just a timeout called by the Canadians. Just a break for the starting goaltender. As Montembeault, who should get a start on this road trip, they have a back-to-back on the weekend. And Dave Hackstall has called all the right shots tonight.
And it's not that Montreal is playing bad in this game. If you look at the shot attempts, they're fairly close, but it's the opportunities. We talked about chances. This time, Seattle's capitalizing when they're getting those chances.
Fubo TV Kraken calendar. Minnesota Thursday. The Rangers on Sunday. At Edmonton on Monday. Buffalo's here on the 4th of November. And then we're in the desert against the Coyotes on November 6th. That's about as much as I can handle. Out to center now, Toffoli. Drawn back by Niku. We approach the halfway mark. The second game ever played here by the Seattle Kraken. Steered out of play by Philip Grubauer. And the Kraken with a 3-goal advantage.
And they just have to keep building. Even though the score is 4-1.
Hold your thought, Mr. Brown. We're going to step aside and pay some bills. 4-1, Seattle. Silverado drive to the net.
Seattle capitalizes off a turnover. Gord goes to shoot right here. He picks his head up, sees he has Järnkrok going to the net. Defenseman takes him away. He knows he has a breakaway on Allen. Great heads-up play by Yanni Gord.
Beautiful goal. Yanni grew up just outside Quebec City. Where they live and breathe after the Nordique left for Denver, Colorado to become the Colorado Avalanche. They live and breathe the history of the Montreal Canadiens. That one deflects out of play. 10:44 left in the middle frame. And a good night so far for the Kraken. Dominic Ducharme, who had a bout with COVID during the Stanley Cup playoffs last spring. Had to leave the team for a while. Luke Richardson took over, did an excellent job. One of his assistants. Off the face-off, it's blown dead at the line. On an offside.
Well, going back to my thought before I was rudely interrupted by the red light for the timeout. Even though the score is 4-1, Montreal calls the timeout. Seattle has to continue to push the pace. They cannot sit back. They got to be able to continue to establish their identity with a lead now.
Yeah, when you played, you were concerned about the red light in back of the net, right? Now that you're in this business, it's that red light that controls everything with a commercial timeout. You're learning, which is great to see. Out to center. Was off a stick, deflects out of play. What have you liked the most about all of this? Because there's so much to the good tonight for the Kraken.
So far, I like the way they're skating. I think they're moving their feet, and that's what's causing problems for Montreal. Not necessarily an overly fast individual team, but when you play together and you skate to close down gaps, you play much faster than maybe you are.
And when the coaches say we want to play fast, that's what they're talking about, right?
Correct. Moving with and without the puck.
Right. Because naturally, one would think, well, they want to skate fast. But everybody can skate fast at this level. How you move the puck, how you play as a five-man group. It goes by Savard. It comes all the way back in the Montreal zone. Romanov hassled by Tanev, supported by Appleton. Here's Dunn. This way for Fleury. A wrist shot squeezed by Jake Allen. No further play. The legacy will live forever in this building. The 1917 Stanley Cup banner of the Seattle Metropolitans, as we will stay here and not go to break. But this was a beautiful ceremony before the game. And the ironic part of all of this is the pandemic then and the pandemic now. First ever American-based team to win the Stanley Cup. In a heated rivalry with the Montreal Canadiens. Gallagher will clear it ahead. To the corner. Hoffman, red defensively, knocked down by Oleksiak. Giordano, a quick up, finding Schwartz, who lays it along for Kelly Yarncroke, who move it across, out of the reach of Oleksiak. Ben Sherratt gets it out. Here come the Canadians, open ice. Sherratt with Gallagher, there he is. It goes wide, well wide. What a chance for Brendan Gallagher. Jeff Petrie, off a defensive stick a couple of times. The first one was Schwartz. Gord can't get out. Suzuki goes to work. He's defended by Giordano. Left along the boards for Jaden Schwartz. You're looking at Kelly Yarncroke. Dangling away from Yoel Armia. He'll clear it out of play on the far side. And a stoppage. With 9:02 left in the second period. JT Brown tells me it's time to go to break, right? You've got it. You've got a future in this business. 4-1. Kraken. It's all business for the Montreal Canadiens. 23 Stanley Cup champions, 17 MVPs, almost 4,000 wins. That includes the postseason. And in 76-77, 60 wins, 8 losses, 12 ties. That's an NHL record. And the last team from Canada to win the Stanley Cup in '93.
Well, Montreal was my favorite place to play. And being in Tampa, we played there quite often.
You'll be there in mid-March. A beautiful building. A great location for us. Geeky with a shot blocked by Sami Niku, who they picked up from the Winnipeg Jets at the start of the season. Lead pass, Paquette out in front off the pad of Grubauer. Armia defended by Larson. Riley Sheahan moving in for Seattle out of the four-man scrum as we zoom in. Pried out. Flung right on by Paquette. Just jamming his leg up against the post was Grubauer. And now Kulak on his horse. Flushed out by Ryan Donato. 8:14 left in the second period. 4-1 Kraken. Icing is called here. Well, I told you before we have an archivist, right? And we go back and look at vintage NHL footage. Carey Price in goal. JT Brown at the Bell Center on the doorstep. $1 million smile. Beautiful goal.
Got to get to the blue paint.
That's right. That's why you did it. You can talk about it. Something I'll never do. Out of the corner now, Perreault. Gets it out to center. Flung along for a change by Armia. Under 8 minutes left in the second period. Here's Tanev. Across it goes for Appleton, defended by Brett Kulak. He'll get to it. Thwarted a bit by Tanev, who's been outstanding again tonight. Cut off. Nice read by McCann. But he turned it over to Matthew Perreault. Coming off a hat trick. A 3-goal game against Detroit Saturday. Toffoli zings it off the glass. In play, Romanov. Tyler Toffoli. Intercepted by Seattle's Brandon Tanev. Knocked out of midair by Eberle. He'll spin off Romanov, and now Wenberg out of the corner. Off a skate. Captured, brought out of the zone by Tyler Toffoli. Cradled by Dvorak. All the way across. Nice defensive stick by Oleksiak. And Seattle's back out. You're looking at Jonas Donskoy, the former Avalanche. Giordano. Donskoy again. Off a body. Alexander Romanov. Tyler Toffoli. All the way across for Josh Anderson. Supported by David Savard. And Wenberg had it, then he lost it. He gets it back. And a reset for the Kraken. Oleksiak with the captain, Mark Giordano. Donskoy defended at the line. Good play by Romanov. Anderson deals it back again. The shots are even at 17. The score is not. Seattle with a 4-1 lead. Now Giordano. Right on the tape of Schwartz. He'll cut to the outside. Steam in. Maybe a chance. He's thwarted. Jeff Petrie will get the penalty for hooking. And the Kraken have another power play.
The speed of Schwartz was a little bit too much on this one.
Montreal 26, minor penalty, hooking.
Little upset with himself, shaking the head there. As soon as he gets around, he gets his stick wrapped up. Even though he's only got one hand on his stick, he impedes him from being able to make that shot. Now Seattle gets another look at the power play.
Muckleshoot Casino power play in the late stages of the second period. Yanni Gourde, Jordan Eberle, Jaden Schwartz, Jared McCann, and this is Vince Dunn, the group of 5 on the man advantage. Dunn around the clock. Gourde's shot denied by Jake Allen as he bodied that one down.
That was a high, hard shot by Gourde. Allen's mask is actually unsnapped right now.
He wanted a whistle.
Yes.
Gourde, a stutter step. McCann pops it out. Savard got to it. He'll kill time. And they finally blow it dead as Allen had to take his mask off and say, hey, please, give me a hand here. Give me a break.
Again, that's the last thing you want with how hard these players shoot today in today's game, to have the mask come off in a weird play like that. So smart of him to take the helmet off, but now that actually helps Seattle because the faceoff now goes just outside of Montreal zone.
Jake Allen was a starting goaltender for many seasons with St. Louis, was unseated there, and then kind of repurposed his career in a great way last year. Carey Price, who's not with the team on a personal leave, missed considerable time with injury last season, and it was Jake Allen who supported the team during the regular season. They made the playoffs. Of course, Price was lights out as they marched on to the final against Tampa Bay. Broken up. Kraken now start the power play breakout. 70 seconds left in it. Yanni Gourde, who has scored tonight. McCann, little give and go. Gourde over the line, and it's held in by Dunn. Eberle off the boards, gets to it. He'll address it to the line at Schwartz. Pestered by Sherratt. Dunn this way, McCann. He'll advance, side of the net. Cradled again by Eberle to the corner. McCann is given a shove that time by Yoel Armia, and he will dump it out. Montreal scored a ton of shorthanded goals last season, both in the regular campaign and the playoffs. Now Wenberg to the outside. Geekie was off the skate of Lehkonen. Flung out by Romanov all the way back down to Grubauer. 25 seconds left on the penalty to Jeff Petrie with 4:37 left in the second.
Seattle's just a little bit off on their passing right now, getting into the zone, trying to set things up.
Wenberg, Giordano, shot taken, tip tie, Donskoy out in front. Geekie out of the corner, off a skate. Hacked at by Dvorak. Taken back by Kulak. Christian Dvorak has control. Lehkonen through the middle. Petrie's out of the box. It's a 2-on-1. The shot rubbed out. Good stick by Giordano. Petrie, Lehkonen. Checked by Donato. Off the stick of Grubauer, and the Kraken get it out. We approach the 16-minute mark in the second period here at Climate Pledge Arena. John and JT with you as always. It's cleared in all the way around. Let go by Toffoli. Flung in by Niku. It goes by Cole Caulfield, and now Riley Sheahan for Seattle. Shouldered hard by Matthew Perreault. Appleton all the way around. Toffoli with a give back for Sherratt. Sherratt away from Appleton. They played together in Winnipeg, and now Toffoli moves it out. Adam Larsson, the veteran defenseman, will get to it. Paired right now with Jeremy Lauzon. He fans on it, recovers. Lauzon through center. Stick handles by Niku. Lauzon is punished by Petrie. Jeremy also from Quebec. Shot taken, blocked by Hoffman. The Canadians get to it. Here's Brendan Gallagher at the line with Mike Hoffman, who has Montreal's goal. He'll shove it in. Tanev, who has 2 tonight, clears it through center all the way down. He won't make it. He will play on. No icing here. Under 3 minutes left in the second period. This is Mike Hoffman. At the line, Petrie. He'll step in the Seattle zone. Out in front, rejected by Adam Larsson. Taken back by Kelly Yarncroke. Hayden Fleury. Lead pass for Yarncroke, indirectly for Schwartz. Gapping up was Kulak, and now Fleury for Larsson. A dump in and a change for the Kraken. Montreal circles back. Good forechecking by Seattle. Yarncroke. Schwartz. Gord in front, right through the blue. All the way back for Fleury. Yanni Gord. Cycling out is Jaden Schwartz. He'll turn with it. Lay it off a stick. Fleury with a shot off a stick off the glass. Gord side of the goal. Tried to sneak it in. Schwartz out of the corner. Roughed up by Brett Kulak. Schwartz for Eberle. Walking the line is done. Hayden Fleury out in front just by Eberle. Dunn traps the zone. Gave it away to Suzuki. And the Canadians are back out. Mike Hoffman will dump it in. 1:45 on the clock here in the second period. Kraken by 3. Looking for win 1 in this building. Now Schwartz. Romanov coming back. To the outside off the stick of Wenberg. Eberle for Seattle. Wenberg controls it. Here's Giordano. His shot stopped by Allen. Rebound to the wall, Donskoy. It's pressure as Dvorak will dump it out.
We've done a good job so far of getting motion in the offensive zone to create some of these chances. Forwards are moving, defense are moving, and jumping up into the plays.
Now Giordano. Off the stick of Yoel Armia, off Donskoy. Romanov, forechecked by Riley Sheahan. Under a minute left in the second period. Shots 18-17 Seattle. Around the horn, Larsson, a tip chance wide. Off Appleton. Now the Kraken get it back, losing his edge. Going down is Lauzon, and here comes Armia. Back checking is Sheahan. Yoel Armia. Good play by Riley Sheahan. A lead pass and out. Here's Mason Appleton on the off wing. Right by Niku. They played together in Winnipeg. Appleton is hurt. Impeded by Niku. Sami Niku leaves for holding. More concerning is the situation here involving Mason Appleton. 31.8 seconds left in the second period. Mason Appleton caught in a very awkward position. Moving down the wall. Kraken power play when we come back. We'll see it here. Stick around. In the Northwest and by your local Ford dealer, home of the F-150, America's best-selling truck for 44 years. Welcome back to downtown Seattle. JT Brown, this is a tough situation here for Mason Appleton.
Yeah, he's just trying to get past, and right there it looks like he lands on the back of his leg. Tough situation, tough injury. You know, hopefully he'll be all right.
Third power play for Seattle. Giordano, Gord, Wenberg, Schwartz, and Eberle. who sees the puck go by him. Sherratt out of the corner. 14 seconds left. Giordano this way. It's Wenberg at the goal line. Schwartz, Wenberg again. Center point, Giordano. Alex Wenberg goes across. Allen says no. A dandy on Yanni Gourde.
Yanni knows that was a good one. A good chance that he wants that one back. You can see it the way he's shaking his head. Wenberg he sends it over. Yanni on one knee gets a good shot off there, but Allen's able to slide over. It's a really good save, but Yanni wants that look back.
They realign the draw. 2 seconds left in the second period. Kraken intermission presented by Verizon coming up next as that one goes wide off the face-off, and that'll do it. Shots are 19-17 Seattle where it counts. Jordan Eberle and Brandon Tanev a big part of this one tonight after 40 minutes in downtown Seattle in the shadows of the Space Needle. Yanni Gourde making some music, and the Seattle Kraken lead the Montreal Canadiens by a count of 4-1.
Brandon, let's go back to the goal that you scored in the first period. That started deep in the defensive zone. Who or what made that rush happen?
I think the defensemen do a great job. Obviously, Mark and Jamie get back to the puck and move it up the ice quick, and I think I'm just in a fortunate spot. Jamie pretty much does the rest and taking the puck down, and fortunate enough to get a bounce, and it's a great play by everyone else on the ice.
Whether it was that one or your second goal, it looks like you own that high danger zone in front of the net. Is that what it feels like to you?
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of the goals are scored nowadays, in the dirty areas of the game. And I think getting traffic in front of this team and their goaltender especially makes things easier for us when it comes to banging in rebounds and creating opportunities. I think we've done that thus far this far.
So when it comes to Yanni, which was niftier, his goal or the pass that set up your second one?
I think his goal was something special, and we're going to be looking forward to more of those from Yanni.
And I'm going to say more from you. 5 goals already this season. He had 7 all of last year.
Feed off his emotion, whether he scores or not. That was the case in Winnipeg. It was the case in Pittsburgh. He scored an unbelievable goal, a winning goal in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Sami Niku in the box, forcing an injury to Seattle's Mason Appleton. No word officially yet on his status, but Seattle, because of him being there, will start the third period on a Muckleshoot Casino power play.
Really good opportunity early for Seattle to kind of put the dagger in Montreal and get that start to the third period that they want.
Alex Wenberg and Nick Suzuki crossing sticks, and Mark Giordano will take it back. That much time in the power play. That's the story on the scoreboard. The Kraken looking for their first ever win here at Climate Pledge Arena in their second game in this facility. Game number 3 will be Thursday night. The Minnesota Wild in town. They're in Vancouver tonight. We will start our coverage here on Root Sports at 6:30. Giordano kicks it out. Eberle in control. Then the New York Rangers are here on Sunday. Wenberg greeted by a sweep check from Jeff Petrie. Giordano, Wenberg. Negated again by Montreal's Petrie. It rolls by Eberle, and it's carried out of the zone by Nick Suzuki. Across for Yoel Armia. Off the defender in front, Giordano. Here come the Kraken out to center, Eberle. Crisscrossing at the line with Schwartz. Good back check by Armia. He'll pop it out. Niku has 25 seconds left to serve. Third power play of the game for Seattle. They are 0 for 2. Donskoy, Geekie, and now McCann. A handoff, Donato. Ryan Donato, furthered by Jared McCann. Here's Geekie. Up top, calling was done. Turning is McCann. His shot stopped by Allen a couple of times. With Donato on the doorstep. Romanov flings it hard by Geekie and all the way down. Niku's out of the box. Even terms on the ice. Nice look at Vince Dunn. Won a Stanley Cup with St. Louis in 2019. Caulfield broken up. Dunn gets it back. Tear down defense with Adam Larson. He'll sail it off the stick of Tanev. He'll get after it. Brandon Tanev goes to work, takes down Romanov in a hard way. Tanev shoulder on shoulder again on Alexander Romanov. They go to the boards. Great work by Tanev. Blocked by Savard. He's a one-man wrecking crew. Now Järnkrok out of the corner. Pries it out. Gets a little help from Riley Sheahan. Järnkrok taken down by Romanov. Out of this scrum, Dvorak spots Caulfield. And away go the Canadians on a change as Toffoli floats it in. Icing is called here. They can't change. 17:32 left in period 3.
Tanev still has a lot of energy left in the tank. Starting the third period with a big hit here on Romanov. Goes right back at him. You know Romanov wants to get a little payback after that first hit, but Tanev goes right back in there and throws another good solid hit to start the third period.
Face-off will stay put in Montreal territory. Dvorak wins it back for Savard. He'll move it. Knocked out of play by Cole Caulfield, forcing a stoppage here. Hits on both sides tonight. The Kraken by 3.
It has been a physical game. Both sides, you've seen some from Tanev, but that means Montreal's been doing it as well. Petrie on the backhand has thrown a couple big hits so far this game. They're making Seattle pay to get to the front of the net.
The end result is a neutral zone draw, won by Montreal. Sherratt, a little chip by Drouin. Donskoy dogged by Drouin. Eberle in a stick battle. Wenberg is wrestled by Sherratt. They jam for it. It was by Donskoy, by Perreault, and now Wenberg with Eberle. A bit of space. He'll cut, lay it across, out in front. Allen says no, maybe 3 times with Eberle on the doorstep. A beautiful sequence and some great goaltending by Jake Allen. Now Josh Anderson dangles in. Back checking is Eberle. Boy, has he been good tonight. Jordan Eberle now will clear it in. Changes on both sides. 16:37 left. Icing is called here against the Canadians.
Eberle has another really good look here. The pass goes across. He's all alone in front. Doesn't get the original handle, but sticks with it and is still able to get an opportunity there on Allen. He wanted to get that hand-eye coordination, knock it in the air. Allen was there right along with it.
Nice job by the veteran goaltender who played with Jaden Schwartz. Vince Dunn, St. Louis. Schwartz with a shot shielded by Allen, directed to the corner. Now Fleury downstairs by Yanni Gourde, who has scored his first goal as a Kraken here tonight. Suzuki loses control. Schwartz will track it back for Vince Dunn. The Kraken reorganized. Schwartz at the line, crisscrossing with Järnkrok. He'll try this side. Yanni Gourde stick handling, getting it back from Schwartz. He'll walk it in front, just wide. Pestered by Niku. Schwartz, wide open Dunn. Around the horn for Fleury, back for Dunn. In the ring at Schwartz. He'll stretch it out. Jaden Schwartz. Hayden Fleury walks the line a bit. A wrist shot blocked in front. Off Suzuki. Battle won by Järnkrok. He's taken down by Sherratt. It's held in by Fleury. Schwartz now Dunn. Hinging in for a shot. Blocked in front. Off Gourde. Yanni Gourde. Good stick by Hoffman. Preventing that pass, and it comes back out to center. Seattle right back. Gourde spins off a hit from Sherratt. Schwartz right on it. Tanev holding on to it. Out in front, nobody home, and you see it come all the way down to Philip Grubauer. The Kraken change. So do the Canadians. Now Jake Allen clears it. Tapped out to center by Paquette. Supported by Yoel Armia. Good pass across now for Lehkonen. His shot, good stick by Jeremy Lauzon, and it goes out of play. Coming to a game or event at Climate Pledge Arena? Well, make sure you download the Clear Health Pass app beforehand for your vaccine verification. Planning ahead will help you get to the action faster. Right to Grubauer, right off the draw. and another stoppage.
Good first 5 minutes here for Seattle. We've seen in the past them not get the chances, not have the offensive zone pressure. So far through 5, Seattle's done a really good job of forcing the issue.
Out of the corner. Romanov. Good steal. Donato. Open ice. Ryan Donato walks in. He scores! How about that? Ryan Donato and the Kraken pour it on.
How about that for an entrance back into the lineup for Ryan Donato, who did not play in the home opener versus Vancouver. A great read, sticks his stick out, is able to intercept the D-to-D pass, and he's off to the races. Full speed, goes with a little forehand, backhand, is able to tuck it right underneath the bar. Great move from Donato, but good instincts at his own blue line to be able to stop that D-to-D pass. Shows off his speed and hands on a great goal.
High cheddar right underneath the bar for the guy who scored the first goal in Kraken history, Ryan Donato. 5-1 Seattle. Along the boards. Yarncroke. Broken up by Tyler Toffoli. A lead pass for Caulfield. His stick lifted by Lauzon. Left him back of the goal. Christian Dvorak holding onto it. He'll drop it off. Read defensively and kicked out by Adam Larson. Here's Sheehan. Shielded a bit by Caulfield. We'll move it across for Lauzon. He'll walk it out. Geekie broken up by Kulak. The Canadians take over. 6 minutes gone in this third period. 5 goals on 22 shots. And mind you, Jake Allen has had a few excellent sequences in this game. He's made some quality saves in the midst of allowing 5 goals. Out to center, Wenberg. Shot in by Eberle. Niku is back. He'll get to it. Sami Niku out of the corner. A tight turn. Moved along. Alex Wenberg hunts it down for Seattle. Back to the point. Giordano. He'll float it along the boards by Perreault. Here's Eberle with Donskoy in front. Off a stick. Off Ben Sherratt. Jonas Donskoy moves it in. Wenberg gets to it ahead of Niku. He'll take it to the corner and cycle high. Lay it back for Alexiak. He gets it from Giordano. They play catch a shot. Stopped and hung on to by Jake Allen. 13:15 left in this third period. Goal number 5 tonight for the Kraken comes from number 9. Beautiful move to his backhand. Ryan Donato gets it done. Tonight for Montreal, some extra teammates, some key losses for the Canadians. 2 central figures. Carey Price has gone to the NHL's player assistance program, a leave of absence. Highly decorated goaltender, one of the best, if not the best in the game. The captain, Shea Weber, people talking about a possible retirement. He's injured, won't play this season. And Joel Edmondson is out too. He's back with the team through some reports we've garnered. But Dominic Ducharme is missing some key figures. Edmondson has been a real solid defender, physical guy. His dad's been ill, so he's been away from the team too, and our thoughts and prayers are with his family. So a tough go for the Canadians, JT.
You also have to look at Weber is also a good part of their power play and how hard and good his shot is. I mean, I'd get out of the way.
No, you wouldn't.
Right now I would.
Yes, now you would. Going to wreck that suit now. Sherratt lays it along. Hoffman, little chip out for Suzuki. Brendan Gallagher sweeps it in. The Canadians start a road trip tonight. They're in San Jose on Thursday. And the Kraken get Minnesota. They are off to a very good start. They lost their last game to Nashville on Sunday, but roared right out of the gate. Tonight they're in Vancouver. A well-balanced team. Grubauer. Vince Dunn to the outside. Hayden Fleury choked off by Cedric Paquette. It goes deep. 12:20 left in this third period. 5-1 Kraken. Looking for win number 1 at Climate Pledge Arena. It's pawed down by Niku. Regained by Seattle's Jared McCann. He'll send it back for Fleury. And the Kraken reorganize from here. Dunn. Tanev. Niku stepping up. Paquette to an open corner. Fleury looking over both shoulders. Finished off by Armia. Now Dunn. Fleury. Moved along and out. Down and out. Tanev, he'll get to it. Right in. Shut down by Jake Allen. Tanev going for the hat trick. And it comes out to center. Icing is called here.
Tanev's got the legs moving today. It's just a high flip out of the zone. Tanev's able to chase this puck down and get a really good look in at the net. It's short angle, hard. It's going to be a hard opportunity for Tanev to get that one all the way up. Doesn't get enough of the shot that he wanted, but it's still a really good look and a way for him to get off onto his horse there.
He does have a Hattie. March 27th, 2018 against Boston. He's on the brink of his second possibly here tonight. Niku moved along. The line of Sheahan, Schwartz, and Geekie come out for Dave Haxtell. Tyler Toffoli dumps it in. Caulfield moves it. He lost his edge. Giordano has time. They break it out. They being Seattle now. Schwartz at the line. The railroad shut down there by Romanov, and now Dvorak moved across. Toffoli at the line with a shot. Blocker down with a purpose by Grubauer. Dvorak in back of the goal. Toffoli up top. Savard chipped high in the screen by Cole Caulfield, and that forces a stoppage.
It's a really good look, and it's a hard play to defend. When you're up at the point, Savard doesn't necessarily shoot the puck to score. He shoots it at Caulfield. Caulfield's able to redirect it in the high slot. That's a dangerous area where people tend to get lost in the high slot. When you can find those tips, it just went a little bit too high there for Caulfield.
Great to see Sean Kemp in the house tonight. Seattle Supersonics legend. Good seats.
Really good seats.
Down to the corner. Gallagher moved along. Hoffman off the side of the goal. And Grubauer will just cling to that goal post. Get a face-off. 10:41 left. So Mason Appleton officially ruled out. He will not be back. We thank the Kraken PR department for the official word on that one. Moment of reflection for Dave Haxtell. Calgary's off to a great start. They have won 4 in a row on that road trip. They defeat New Jersey tonight. Andrew Mangiapane, Elias Lindholm both on fire. Along the boards now. Wenberg in the skates of Eberle and a give back. Now Wenberg moves it across on this line with Eberle and Donskoy. Sherratt thwarted by Jonas Donskoy. Jam up. Nice little maneuver by Nick Suzuki. Sherratt for Hoffman. He'll shoot in by Oleksiak. And Giordano gets to it. Both teams are changing just about halfway through this third period. Oleksiak off Schwartz. Romanov. Armia. He'll drag it. He'll shoot it. Kicked out by Grubauer. To the corner. Left to the circle. Yoel Armia moves it all the way around, and a pinch in by David Savard. Giordano forechecked by Armia, who's a big body presence. They jam in the corner. Armia kicks it. Oleksiak, who's bigger, cut it off. And now it's laid out to center ice. Montreal recoiling. Armia's trapped offside. That's why the Canadians delay. David Savard will take it back. 9:25 left in this third period. Errant pass comes all the way back in the Seattle zone for icing. Brandon Tanev with 2 goals tonight will stay out. He will join McCann and Donato. A lot of mixing and matching for Dave Haxtell, looking for combinations. But the good news is, JT, they have a lot of guys that can interchange. Right off the draw, sailed high by Donato. A breakout for the Canadians. Caulfield on the off wing. A shot shielded by Grubauer. Out in front. Tanev gets back. The Kraken take a breath. Here they come. McCann goes wide with Donato and Tanev. Shot rubbed out by Kulak. Tanev. Donato. The play by Dvorak. Now Toffoli has the puck for Montreal. Tyler Toffoli. This way for Sami Niku. Kulak in tight, defended by Vince Dunn. Seattle starts a breakout. 8:40 left. Fleury waits for the completed change. A good look at him. To play it along in the skates of Sheahan. Montreal's Hoffman to the outside. Suzuki, Gallagher for the front. Shot right on, big rebound. After Grubauer made the save, and now Sheahan moves it out by Donskoy. Petrie lays it off the boards out to the center zone. Gallagher right on the money for Ben Sherratt. He'll feed it all the way around. Kiki thwarted by Gallagher, retaken by Jeremy Lauzon, and now knocked down by Seattle's Riley Sheahan. Larson. Here's Donskoy. 12 minutes gone in this third period. Morgan Geekie will play it deep. He'll go off on a change. Ben Sherratt organizing the breakout. Laid off the boards and deep by Montreal's Josh Anderson. A finishing hit on Larson. The Kraken will try it again. Larson moved along. Yarncroke pinned a bit on a pinch by Savard, and now Larson has time. Jeremy Lauzon feeds it all the way back in. Gord wins the race. They play on. Yanni Gord will circle. He'll take it high. Lay it deep for Kelly Yarncroke. Given a shove by Savard. Schwartz sneaks in. Working Romanov in back of the goal, and now handled by Gord off a body wide. It went off Savard. Romanov to the outside. Yarncroke for Seattle. Now Schwartz moved all the way up top. Oleksiak indirect pass. Good retrieval by Gord. Schwartz. Yarncroke. He'll dance a bit. Perreault plays it. Sets up Anderson, and Montreal will survive all of that. Sent in with touch, no icing. 6:40 left. Good look at the big rig. Jamie Oleksiak out to center. Donato broken up by Paquette. Giordano plays it along. Donato's had a nice impact in the lineup tonight. Oleksiak out of the corner. Moved along. Ryan Donato kicked out. Moved along by McCann, and Niku. Sami Niku will get to it. We'll take it away from Jared McCann in the late stages of this third period here in Seattle. Kulak moved out. Our next telecast again will be Thursday night, starting with our Coors Light pregame show at 6:30. Minnesota in town. Caulfield off the paddle of Grubauer. Toffoli moves it. Cole Caulfield out of the corner. Shakes free of Fleury. Can't get by Dunn. Now Dvorak for Toffoli. Tough angle. It goes wide. Back of the goal. Grubauer got a piece of it. Wenberg is hassled. Grubauer a stick to it. Still available. Dunn moved along. And the Kraken get it out. Montreal circling back. Caulfield kissed hard by Dunn. Wenberg gets to it. Another breakout develops for Seattle. Vince Dunn off the stick of Wenberg. Rejected at the line by Hoffman. Now Jeremy Lauzon. He'll shoot in by Jake Allen. Sherratt will get to it. You like the work habits by Seattle with a big lead?
They've been working really hard. There hasn't been a lot of whistles here in this period, but they continue to keep getting pucks in deep and making sure that they make the easy and smart plays.
Geekie now in control. Played all along the boards and back out. Romanov moved across. Savard in the skates of Hoffman, and now Adam Larson. Montreal 1-5 on their season. Seattle looking for their second win. This is game number 7. They have 3 points in the standings. Now Gallagher moved out to center. A chip in charge off the stick of Jonathan Drouin. Oleksiak. Gord on the wall. Pinching down was Romanov, and now Oleksiak. They ramble out to center ice. Goes by Yanni Gord. Good look at Gord and Romanov, and now Savard awaiting the pass is Anderson. And the Canadians get it back out to center ice. Alexiak tied up. Going down in a hard way was Matthew Perreault. The play on. Yanni Gourde for Seattle. Protecting the puck. Give and go with Schwartz doesn't work. Anderson cut it off. Fleury at the point. Gourde let it go. And David Savard will pick it up. 3:30 left in this third period. It's cut off by Donato, who has scored tonight. Dunn. McCann. Off the skate of Donato. And the Canadians will clear it through center and back. Vince Dunn off the boards. It goes by Donato. And out to get it is Jake Allen. Just about 17 minutes gone in period number 3. Lehkonen with Paquette. Good stick by Dunn. Follow-up chance. No problem for Grubauer. Off Paquette. Now Tanev. With 2 goals tonight. Little disturbance in back of the play. And a penalty will be called. Paquette was all over Vince Dunn. Graham Skilleter says tripping. We'll step aside. We'll talk about it. And see a power play for the Kraken when we come back. They're in command here with a 5-1 lead. Lies ahead.
We're going to see Paquette throw a little bit of a hit there on Dunn, but it's right here where the penalty comes in. You see his right skate takes out Dunn's legs. A little bit of a slew foot there. Maybe some of the frustrations because of the score right now.
A dangerous play, though.
Correct.
Vince Dunn's okay. 2:50 left. Power play practice for Seattle. Tanev has 2 goals. He's on the power play with McCann, Donskoy, Geekie, and Dunn. Vince Dunn, McCann, side of the goal. Donskoy dealt out. McCann, Dunn. McCann one more time. Dunn hammers one. Good stop. Rebound chance. Allen got a cross on Morgan Geekie and a face-off.
One thing I will note, Geekie started the game with white tape, switched to black tape, and now he's back in white tape again for this shot and this power play. Good look from Tanev trying to be in front, but Geekie on the right side ready to shoot. I don't know, maybe mind games, trying to get to change the tape. Maybe that's going to help put the puck in the back of the net.
And JT Brown, PI, private investigator, he'll get on the story with the tape. It'll be, I want to know why. Why would you do that? Now out to center. Superstition, maybe?
You would think so, yes.
Okay. We'll go with that for now. 2:17 left in this third period. Kraken a man up. Tanev feeds it all the way around. Here's Geekie with tape on his stick. Out of the corner. Kicked along by Sherratt. Armia moves it. Dunn will play it outside the line. 2 minutes left in this third period. Kraken in position for victory number 1 here. Now Donskoy out of the corner. Armia gets to it. He'll dump it down with a $1:45 on the clock. 53 seconds on the Seattle power play. Muckleshoot Casino power play. Moved across. Carried along by Schwartz. Through the center zone, just about 90 seconds left. Feed it across. Schwartz moved along. Wenberg and now Giordano. Schwartz off the boards, controlled. Gourde, Schwartz up top. Giordano awaits. A wrist shot blocked by Lehkonen. Eberle, who started the scoring 62 seconds in tonight. Schwartz, a wedge blocked by Romanov. 1:09 left. 18 seconds on the power play. Wenberg and Giordano. In the ring, Gourde blocked again by Romanov. Now Gourde. Giordano under a minute left. Wrist shot through traffic wide. Gourde resets it. Played outside the line by Mark Giordano. This night started by honoring the 1917 Stanley Cup champion Seattle Metropolitans with a banner raising. And it will be hung from the rafters forever. The Kraken Nation on their collective feet. 32 seconds left. Let's listen to these great fans. Seattle, Washington is a hockey town, there's no question. The Seattle Kraken have their first win ever at Climate Pledge Arena.
Tonight's final score, your Seattle Kraken have defeated the Montreal Canadiens 5-1.
Total team effort as they surround Philip Grubauer. Second win all time and the first ever in this beautiful facility. A rousing win over the most storied franchise in NHL history, the Montreal Canadiens. Final count is 5-1. We're going to come back to Climate Pledge Arena for much more right after this.